Testing 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3. After an insane match on Saturday at the Town Ground against Heener Town, it's time for Coventry United and certainly myself to catch our breath. I tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, if you have not seen the highlights from Saturday, you really should, because it was an incredible game. But sadly, United came away from Derbyshire empty-handed. Will that trait change tonight, though? Can the Red and Green Army return to winning ways and get themselves 3 very valuable points? Welcome to another midweek edition of Coventry United Match Day with your esteemed host, the mouth of the Midlands, Liam Cook. Thank you so much for tuning in. It really does mean a lot. As always, your support is valued. If you do want to support the show, don't forget to give this video a like if you enjoy it. There's a little thumbs up button below the screen, so do hit that like button if you enjoy the coverage. Leave a comment below, let us know what you think, and of course subscribe to our YouTube channel. It really helps out. We're at 95 subscribers, so let's see where we can get over 100 tonight. And tonight's match sees Coventry United take on Tividale, who are in 19th place in the Midland League Premier Division. And I'll say it again, we need to catch our breath after Saturday. It was not the result that Coventry United fans wanted, but oh God, it was good, wasn't it? It was an incredible game, and I don't want to tip my own horn, but it was probably my favourite coverage that I've ever done on Coventry United Match Day. But let's keep our fingers crossed that we have the same quality of coverage and a better result for United tonight against Tividale. Right, let's get through some team news for this hotly anticipated match, starting of course with the home side, Coventry United. In goal, we have number 1, Rich Morris, 2, Pierre Mudim, 3, Lewis Hudson, number 4, Tommy Glasgow, 5, Chris Cox, 6, Rob Prinzel, 7, Kevin Thornton, number 8, Muzzy Nduna, 9, Simeon Townsend, and making his first league start for Coventry United, number 10, Reece Snape, and number 11, Josh O'Grady. And on the bench for United, we have number 12, Abdul Mohammed, number 13, Joe Connor, 14, Gilbert Cookby, number 15, Scott Hammond, and 16, Ben Mackey. Okay, let's talk you through the Tividale starting 11. In goal, number 1, Luke Kriskinians. Now, that name is going to catch me out several times tonight. I can just see it. Number 2, Tom Herman. Number 3, Dara Bustin. 4, the captain, Carl Gardner. 5, Matt Hunt. Number 6, Shane Granger. 7, Joe Kenton. 8, Craig Stevens. 9, Charlie Wilson. 10, Jamie Hunt. And 11, Jordan Potter. And on the bench we have number 12, Dan Smith, 14, Liam Smith, 15, Sigu Seba, and number 16, Lewis McPike, and number 17 is Matt Preston. So those are the starting lineups for today's game. As always, today's show is sponsored by Graham the Plumbers Merchant, operating across the Midlands, supplying all of your bathroom heating and plumbing needs. Check out grahamplumbersmerchant.co.uk for store locations and the latest special offers. That's grahamplumbersmerchant.co.uk. And also a massive shout out to the sponsor of our highlights on Coventry United Match Day. That would be Coventry Motorcycles and Scooters. So go and check them out. Details will be in the highlights video, which should be up and running tomorrow night. Now, we are not the only match happening around the grounds. No, we are not. There's a couple of fixtures from non-league to tell you about. Let's talk you through the fixtures from our divisions. Only 2 of them tonight. Coventry United versus Tividale, of course, live coverage right here on Coventry United Match Day. And Stourport Swifts are at home to Heener Town. Now, there are a few cup games. There's a Walsall Senior Cup match between Boldmere St Michael's and Heath Hayes, and also Coventry Copswood host St Andrews in the Polymac Packaging League Cup. So a few matches happening in non-league. Now let's go through the FA Cup matches. Now we're going to be keeping our eye on two particular matches tonight. The first of which is an FA Cup match. It's Coventry City versus Morecambe. Now we're also going to be keeping an eye on another replay, which I believe is tomorrow night. We'll let you know what happens there on the Twitter page, the Coventry United Matchday Twitter page, because of course we do like to keep an eye on Coventry City, but the Sky Blues are at home to Morecambe. If they win, they will take on either Cambridge or Dover. Now, that replay, I believe, is happening tomorrow night, and of course we will keep you up to date with the Sky Blues match against Morecambe, and of course the big one down in London, I should say, Wembley Stadium, 8 o'clock kickoff, England versus Spain. Now, of course, no Wayne Rooney tonight. Jordan Henderson will be captaining the side at Wembley against a very strong Spain team, which also sees a first appearance for the national side by Ander Herrera, the Manchester United central midfielder. So we'll have to keep an eye on the England match, because of course we do want the Three Lions to do well. Also in the FA Cup, if we can try and get the fixtures up for you, and there we go. It's not a very fast computer, unfortunately, this one. AFC Wimbledon host Bury. So two League One sides there vying for a place in the second round. Barrow are at home to Taunton. Bristol Rovers have Crawley Town. Coventry versus Morecambe. We've already gone through that. Crewe Alexandra versus Cheltenham. Halifax have Dagenham and Redbridge. Fleetwood Town host Southport. Newport are at home to Alfreton. Notts County have Boreham Wood. Rochdale host Maidstone United. Solihull Moors versus Yeovil Town. Now, I've got a feeling we could see a cup shock in that match. And finally, Swindon Town versus Eastleigh. Now, there are a few South African World Cup qualifying matches, including Argentina versus Colombia and Chile versus Uruguay. Probably won't keep an eye on those as much as the England game. A few international matches. So we've got to Russia 1, Romania 0. It's a full-time score. Iceland beating Malta by 2-0. Hungary losing 1-0 at home to Spain. Ukraine have just taken the lead at home to Serbia. And the Czech Republic are currently drawing 0-0 with Denmark. And so these are all international friendly matches. Here's a good one. Italy versus Germany. That is going to be an absolute cracker. Your Austria versus Slovakia. Northern Ireland are at home to Croatia. England versus Spain, of course, that's an 8 o'clock kickoff. France also have the Ivory Coast. And I think that's about it. There's a few FA Trophy matches in there as well, but those are the matches that we are going to be keeping an eye on tonight here on Coventry United Match Day. Once again, if you are listening in, if you're a first-time listener, then, well, of course, thank you so much for tuning in. It really does mean a lot to have your support. If you are new, though, hit that like button below the screen. It tells that you like the video. Leave a comment below. Leave your thoughts on the match or the coverage. Anything you want to say, even if you just want to say fat moron, it's better than nothing. And also, most importantly, hit that subscribe button on the channel, because it really does help us out. And if you want, you can go follow us on Twitter at CovMatchday. That's at COV Matchday. Of course, the Sky Blues are at home to Morecambe in the FA Cup. We've said it about 5 times now, but we're going to take you through the full starting lineup now. In goal, we've got Lee Burge, a defence made up of Jamie Sterry, Jordan Willis, Jordan Turnbull, Keane Harries and Ryan Haynes. So 5 men at the back. 3 men, I believe, in midfield. Gail Bigaramana, Vladimir Gardzev and Jody Jones. And you've got Kyle Reid and Marvin Sordell in there as well. So, in fact, it might be a 5-4-1. On the bench, you've got Reece Charles Cook, Ben Stevenson, Andy Rose, George Thomas, Andre Wright, Ruben Ramirez and Marcus Tudguy. So that is the starting lineup for Coventry City, and of course we will keep you up to date with whatever is going on at the Ricoh Arena, whether it's good or whether it's bad. And unfortunately, this season a lot of the latter has been happening. Let's keep our fingers crossed that Coventry can go on to the second round for a match away at either Cambridge or Dover. We've got just 3 minutes to go until kickoff here at Sphinx Drive, and believe me, it's going to have to go some to be a cracking match on Saturday by Coventry United. Sadly, didn't take any points away from the town ground in Hena, but boy, oh boy, were we treated to a spectacle. You can go and check out the latest highlights video from Coventry United Matchday. All you've got to do is search Coventry United Matchday on YouTube. Go to the channel and there will be a video called Hena Town versus Coventry United, the best bits, and we've already had 207 views on this video. It's only been up since Sunday night. Around 11 o'clock on Sunday night it was uploaded, and it's already got 200 views. So a massive thank you not only to Coventry United fans, but any Hina fans who are listening in tonight. As we can see, some of the Coventry United substitutes and coaches making their way over to the bench as we get set to go here at Sphinx Drive. Now, the big piece of team news that we can bring you. Firstly, Rich Morris is back in goal. Joe Connor was between the sticks on Saturday against Hina Town. Chris Cox starting in defence once again with Rob Prinzel. Muzzy and Duna is back in the side with Gilbert Cugby at the moment. Nowhere near, according to Terry Anderson. Yeah, he's not on the bench. He's not even on the bench. Well, he was named on the team sheet, but I've been informed by Terrington he's not on the bench. So, in fact, I think I can see the physio's name on the team sheet, actually. But I'll tell you what, it's a very much patchwork team at Coventry United at the moment. A lot of players out with injury. Both centre-backs, Callum Burgess and Jamie Coleman, out with injury. Dylan Shuddy not in the starting lineup tonight either. Believe me, United are on the bare bones, but they're trying their best to keep on going. Let's see if they can grab the 3 points tonight at home to Tividale as both sides make their way out onto the hallowed turf of Sphinx Drive. Coventry United versus Tividale coming up live here on YouTube. Right, let's go through the starting lineups for both sides. Starting with Coventry United, we have number 1, Rich Morris. 2, Pierre Moodham. Number 3, Lewis Hudson. 4, Tommy Glasgow. 5, Chris Cox. Number 6, Rob Prinzel. 7, Kevin Thornton. 8, Muzzy and Duna. 9, Simeon Townsend. 10, Reece Snape. And 11, Josh O'Grady. And on the bench, we have number 12, Abdul Mohammed. 13, Joe Connor. 14, Gilbert Cugby. 15, Scott Hammond. And 16, Ben Mackey. We're being told that Ben Mackey is not going to be making an appearance off the bench today because he's simply not ready yet. He suffered injury around a month ago. He's been named on the bench twice in the last couple of days, but he's simply not ready to return to the starting lineup. Let's go through the starting lineup now for Tividale. Number 1, Luke Kriskinians. Number 2, Tom Herman. 3, Dara Bustin. 4, Carl Gardner. 5, Matt Hunt. 6, Shane Granger. 7, Joe Kenton. 8, Craig Stevens. 9, Charlie Wilson. 10, Jamie Hunt. And 11, Jordan Potter. And on the bench, number 12, Dan Smith. 14, Liam Smith. 15, Sigu Seba. 16, Lewis McPike. And 17, Matt Preston. Well, I hope you're ready to go because we are here at Coventry United match day. This enticing league match between Coventry United and Tividale is ready for the off. We'll keep up to date with the latest goings on from Wembley Stadium and also from the Ricoh Arena. England versus Spain and Coventry City versus Morecambe are our 2 featured matches today, the ones that we're going to keep an eye on. But the match that we are properly focusing on tonight is, of course, Coventry United versus Tividale. Live coverage on Coventry United Matchday live on YouTube. And, of course, don't forget to look out for the highlights video, which will be uploaded tomorrow afternoon. Captain's meeting in the centre circle. Chris Cox representing Coventry United and Carl Gardner for Tividale. Referees are getting into position. Well, we're being warned that there's a possible streaker lining up for Tividale, so we've got to watch out for him now. We have seen stranger things on Coventry United match day, I can assure you that. Tividale in the yellow and blue, Coventry United in red and green. As Reece Snape stands over the ball for Coventry United and gets set to kick us off. Here we go. We are underway at Sphinx Drive. Coventry United versus Tividale is underway. And an early foul there for Coventry United. Josh O'Grady forced down by his opposite number 11, Jordan Potter, on the right-hand side. O'Grady wanted to take a quick free kick there. Terry Anderson has implored him to use his head a little bit. He's put into the penalty area. It's head up rather than out. And the goalkeeper comes and claims that one. Luke Kriskinians, the shot stopper for Tividale. Hoofs it away forward. Charlie Wilson nods it forward, but only towards Rich Morris. He returns between the six for Coventry United after missing the defeat to Heener Town on Saturday. He hoofs it away. Poor control from Josh O'Grady, loses the ball on the right-hand side. Prinzel nods it away. He's looking for Snape. Go jumps for it. Head forward by Potter. Good challenge by Prinzel on Wilson. And the throw-in is booted away by Chris Cox. Reece Snape nods it on only into the Tividale defence. Townsend will try and bring that one back. And it will be a Tividale throw after Reece Snape attempted to keep it in. Under pressure from Dara Bustin. It will be a throw-in to Tividale. Taken quickly, not the best of throws. It will be a Coventry United ball now. In fact, now it's been returned to Tividale as the throw-in actually never came into play. Bustin hoofs it forward. Wilson. Prinzel able to keep him away from the ball, and Cox clears. Townsend jumps for it, doesn't retrieve the ball, but Snape will. Plays it into the centre circle with Kevin Thornton. Here's Hudson. Kenton makes the challenge, but still come back to Kevin Thornton. Long lofted ball towards the right-hand side, slip from the defender. It will find Josh O'Grady. Good challenge there from Kenton. And Prinzel will get in there and make the challenge. Throw-in taken. And once again, Chris Cox is there to pick up the pieces at the back. Long ball forward towards Reece Snape. And a good challenge by the fullback, Tom Herman. We're throwing on the left-hand side, halfway into Tividale's half. It will be Lewis Hudson to take, the former Coventry City Supporters Club player. Thornton forced to play it back into the fence with Chris Cox. Fires it forward, and now will only go to the goalkeeper, Luke Kriskinians. So it's 0-0 at the moment. Clearance made by Craig Stevens, and that will once again fall to the Coventry United goalkeeper, Rich Morris, back in the starting lineup. United in a little bit of a injury crisis at the moment, with several regular first team players out through injury. O'Grady picks it up on the right hand side with space down the right. Can he whip it in? He puts in the cross, and the goalkeeper, Kriskinian, comes out and grabs that one and claims it for his own. Safe hands by the Tividale goalkeeper. And it remains 0-0. Ball upfield, and that is a foul against Charlie Wilson. On the United skipper, Chris Cox, playing in defence once again in the absence of both Burgess and Coleman. Looking through the latest scores from elsewhere, no goals in the FA Cup at the moment. Remains scoreless at the Ricoh Arena, where Coventry City are taking on Morecambe. We'll keep you up to date with the latest goings on from that match as and when we get the updates. Tividale. Going to have to be aware now as Rich Morris punts the ball forward, and Townsend can only nod it into the penalty area where Kriskinians is waiting. Again, yet to see a credible opportunity on goal. Wilson nods up the clearance. It's put forward. Glasgow makes the interception and finds Pierre Moodham, the right back. He punts that ball forward looking for Reece Snake. The ball bounces over his head and Matt Hunt manages to keep it in. Stevens striding forward down the centre for Tividale. Ball down the left-hand side looking for Jordan Proctor. Perfect vision. Potter, good pressure from Pierre Moodham. Ball stays in play despite the best efforts of Moodham. It's put into the penalty area. Wilson doesn't make contact with the ball and it falls into the hands of Luke Kriskinians. And it remains 0-0, but you got to say that was the best attack of the half so far. The ball towards Potter was an absolute cracker, finding him in space on the left-hand side. Moodham did his best to try and force out the Tividale man. Here comes Rob Prinzel now striding forward from the back. Tommy Glasgow. Thornton plays it back into Cox at centre-back. Back to Thornton. Glasgow. Unopposed, puts it onto the right-hand side with Josh O'Grady on the halfway line. It's back into the centre circle with Kevin Thornton. A good challenge there from Shane Granger on Snape. A lofted ball over the back line, cut out by Chris Cox as Wilson was ready to chase that one towards the goal line. Hudson striding on the left-hand side. Can he get the crossing? Good pressure from Joe Kenton trying to stop the teenagers' run. Hudson's still going. Can he keep it in? No, he can't. Well, it's kept in, but he loses the ball. He's eventually found Kevin Thornton just inside Tividale's half. Into the centre with Tommy Glasgow. Forward to O'Grady. He's got Moodham making a run on his right-hand side, but he's forced down from behind by, I believe that was Jamie Hunt. And it will be a free kick to Coventry United on the right-hand side. Taken quickly by O'Grady. Here's Tommy Glasgow. Scored a screamer last week against Loughborough. Unduna. O'Grady will strike one from here. Brilliant save. Down to his left-hand side by Luke Kriskinians. Well, Coventry United coming very close there to the opening goal. A long-range strike from Josh O'Grady. It was never like that, which saw the Red and Greens take the lead on Saturday against Heener Town. Kriskinians must have done his research. Cross is put in and it's cleared away as Thornton was waiting in the centre of the box. It's played out for another corner kick. United pressing hard for that first goal. O'Grady to take from the right-hand side. Short corner to Kevin Thornton. Dodges the challenge. Still going Thornton. He'll put it in and it's headed over the goal for another corner kick. And this time it will be on the left-hand side. Once again, it will be Mr. Set Piece himself, Josh O'Grady, to swing this one in. Multiple options in the centre. And it's gone straight onto the roof of the net. And that will be the move over for Coventry United. Oh yeah, and by the way, Daisy the cow's been let out of her pen or stable. I don't know what cows are kept in. Barns? I don't know. Well, Kriskinians is going to be taking the goal kick. Now, I'll tell you what, I mentioned this in pretty much every single broadcast, and every single time I think, what must the away fans think when they hear this? It was going on about cow noises. What must they think about the club? United have given away a free kick on the halfway line. Heading up to take it is the captain, Carl Gardner. Gardner gets ready to take this long-range free kick. All but two of Tividale's outfield players waiting Inside United's half, it's put in towards Wilson, head away by Cox. And handball against Stevens. And United have got themselves a free kick. Bit of a stop-start game here at Tividale. It hasn't really flowed yet. And we've got our first goal in the FA Cup, and wouldn't you know it, it's come at the Ricoh Arena, and it's good news for Morecambe fans. It's Coventry City 0, Morecambe 1 in the FA Cup replay at the Ricoh Arena. The first goal of the FA Cup replays this evening. It's come at the Ricoh Arena, and it's gone against the Sky Blues, and it's Wynnard who has scored the goal for Morecambe. So Coventry City behind at home to Morecambe. Dean Wynnard with a left-footed strike from very close range into the centre of the goal, assisted by Michael Rose, according to Sky Sports. But yeah, not the best of starts for Coventry City. United still drawing 0-0 after around 12 minutes here at Sphinx Drive. As Tividale got themselves a free kick just inside their own half to be taken by Matt Hunt. The referee asking Hunt to reposition the ball as he gets set to launch this one towards the penalty area. There goes the ball towards the centre of the box, towards the head of Wilson, and once again United are able to deal with the aerial attack. And Hunt commits a foul on Muzzy and doing a little bit of shirt pulling there as he tries to regain the ball, and United can breathe a sigh of relief. That move is over. Score remains Coventry United 0, Tividale 0 at Sphinx Drive. Morris gets set to take this free kick. It's a short one onto the right hand side. Prinzel strides into Tividale territory. Tries a low ball towards Snape. It's well blocked. And a ball down the left-hand side towards number 9, Charlie Wilson. Can he cut in? Cox tries to block him off. Wilson slips as he tries to wrong foot Cox. And here come United. Mood him. O'Grady, surrounded by yellow shirts here. He plays it into the centre with Kevin Thornton. Onto the left now with Unduna. Pressure from behind, but he's played it back to Kevin Thornton despite Herman's best efforts. Townsend. Unduna. Obviously on the right-hand side, looks for Josh O'Grady. Good. Well, it would have been good control there. I thought he got his foot to him, and it's gone straight through the legs of Josh O'Grady out for a throw-in to Tividale. In case you missed it, Coventry City are behind at home to Morecambe. We've got our second goal through in the FA Cup. Rochdale lead Maidstone United by 1-0. United regain the ball in defence. Prinzel launches it forward, looking for Simeon Townsend. He's found Townsend, tries to backheel it to Snape. Not trying to be a little bit too clever there. Gardner playing it along the back. Here's Tom Herman. Herman, lofted ball down the right, and that will drift harmlessly out of play for a throw-in. Kenton was not able to get anywhere near that one. So around 15 minutes in, it's still 0-0 at Sphinx Drive. And the game between England and Spain is underway at Wembley. We will be keeping you up to date with the latest goings on from Wembley Stadium as England take on Spain in an international friendly, England's last home game of the year. As Hudson puts it out of play off Joe Kenton for a Coventry United throw-in adjacent to their box on the left-hand side. A new ball is required. Hudson ready to launch this one forward. And a foul against, I believe that was Shane Granger. Straight from the throw, the game not being allowed to flow so far. Very stop-start. The referee been very strict so far, calling for a foul on pretty much every little bit of contact made. Morris. So difficult for Prinzel, but the United defender has got the ball. Chip pass towards Townsend. Townsend nods it forward. He's looking for Snape. He's offside, but the goalkeeper, Chris Skinnians, has grabbed it anyway. Well, the one thing we can say, although it's not been a spectacle so far, the game on Saturday started like this. First 15 minutes were not the best. Well, first half an hour wasn't the best, but as soon as that first goal went in, it was an absolute classic. Wilson barged off the ball in front of the penalty area by Rob Prinzel. Good defensive work from the United man. And Duna tricks his way around Stevens. Cuts into the centre now and lays it off for Prinzel. Plenty of time for Prinzel, but United not breaking as quickly as the fans probably would have liked. Here's Tommy Glasgow and Duna. They've allowed Tividale to regroup in the midfield. Thornton, Glasgow, option right with Pierre Moudin. He's found Pierre Moudin. O'Grady wants it down the right-hand side. He's found Josh O'Grady. Moudin makes the run once again, and it's put out of play by Jordan Potter. Slide challenge to prevent the ball going to Moudin. Throwing taken. Moudin plays a 1-2 with O'Grady. It's put out of play once again by a Tividale midfielder, and it will be another throw in virtually exactly the same place as the last one. Moudin this time finds Unduna. First touch wasn't fantastic, but he's eventually found his way out of a sea of yellow and finds Tommy Glasgow. He's got Hudson on the left, but puts it through the centre and finds Josh O'Grady into the penalty area. It's Snape. It's now come to Townsend. Will he shoot? It's a free kick against Coventry United. I believe it's been given as a foul against Snape. Terry Anderson and also a few of the Coventry United fans not too clear as to why the foul was given. There was no offside flag. It seems as if there was a little bit of a barge by young Reece Snape. Terry Anderson screaming at the officials, asking why the decision has been given. In fact, I think the referee is clamping down tonight. He doesn't want any sort of contact. We've seen a lot of soft free kicks given so far. Ball down the right-hand side, and once again United called. This time it's a foul to Coventry United. Foul by Matt Hunt for a little bit of shirt pulling on Simeon Townsend. And the referee is... I don't think he's going to be able to let this game flow. It seems like very much a stop-start game. The referee blowing the whistle for every little bit of contact. Moudin puts in the cross and easily gathered by Christinians, the Tividale goalkeeper. Another goal in the FA Cup. And there may be a little bit of a shock here. Crewe 0, Cheltenham 1. Two League Two sides. Shell not doing that well in League Two at the moment. But it's Crewe 0, Cheltenham 1 in the FA Cup replays. And, well, there could well be a shock here because there's been a goal from the county ground. Swindon Town 0, Eastleigh 1. Eastleigh are leading Swindon in the FA Cup replay. United regroup in defence. Cox plays it forward to Tommy Glasgow. Looking to enter Tividale territory once again. He's found Townsend. Moudin on the right. Tividale doing well to block the United's approach. O'Grady nowhere to go but back. It's forced onto the halfway line and plays it across the line to Thornton. Forward ball towards Muzzy and Dean. A good slide challenge from Gardner to stop the ball, finding its intended target. Tividale doing everything they can to stop United's attack. Stevens. Chip ball to the right, finds Joe Kenton. Appeals for handball. Referee not interested. Kenton slips, but still able to retain possession. Stevens. He's forced back and plays it to Herman at right back. Herman slips as he plays a long ball down the right-hand side. Will he be able to find Shane Granger? No, he won't, as Kevin Thornton able to dispossess the number 6. Under pressure, though, from Granger. Can he get this one away? Goofed away by Hudson. O'Grady. Now Moudin. Here come Coventry United. Moudin checks his run, puts it down the right-hand side, looking for Simeon Townsend. Beautiful ball. It's found Townsend under pressure from Dara Bustin, and Bustin makes the challenge. Moudin tries to block the clearance, and he does. He's brought it back to Coventry United. Glasgow. O'Grady. Hudson making the run down the left-hand side, tries to put the ball in towards Snape. O'Grady once again tries the ball to Hudson. It's blocked by Herman. Hudson forced down from behind. That will be a free kick. Coventry United right on the line on the left-hand side of the penalty area. It's taken quickly. Here's Kevin Thornton. Can he whip the ball in? He's taking it into the centre and will strike. It's not too far away. It's over the crossbar. Decent effort from Kevin Thornton. Well, both of the only two meaningful opportunities that we've seen so far in today's game have fallen to United. First, O'Grady's long-range strike, well saved by Kriskinians, and now Thornton with another long-range effort, this time flying over the crossbar.
Simon, you need a programme, don't you?
Another goal from the FA Cup. Rochdale 2, Maidstone 0. So no cup fairy tale for Maidstone, it would seem. Coventry City still losing at home to Morecambe. And the score at Wembley remains 0-0 between England and Spain. Although there has only been about 8 minutes gone. Thornton may strike one from here, and once again it flies over the crossbar. Rather ambitious effort from United's number 7, who has shone this season since his move from rugby. It remains 0-0 at the moment after around 22 minutes. Regular viewers of the programme will know that we do take a short break at half-time to swap over the laptop battery, and that enables us to bring you the full match coverage because sadly one laptop battery is not enough. So we will be taking a short break at half-time to swap over the battery. So anyone new listening to the show, don't worry, we're not going offline for long. Hudson puts in the cross. It's evaded a couple of Tividale defenders. It's eventually been given to Coventry United as a foul, so O'Grady was brought down as he tried to retrieve the ball. And it's maybe a little bit too far out for O'Grady or Thornton to think about striking at goal. But it's well worth a punt. Who's it going to be? It's going to be Thornton. Kriskinians setting himself up as the former Coventry City and Northampton midfielder aims his sights. It's struck well, but it's struck into the wall. And it's cleared easily by Tividale. United with possession once again. Cox tries to put it onto the right-hand side, easily dealt with by Buston. United regain possession. Moodim, now O'Grady. Unduna on the right-hand side of the penalty area, lays it off. Moodim can put the cross in, and it's blocked well by the head of a Tividale man. And it will be a throw-in to United, adjacent with the right-hand side of the box. It's put in. Townsend misses with a header. Tividale trying to get this one away, but it's come back to United. But Tividale do get it away as Snape can't turn. We're throwing now to Tividale on their left-hand side. Tividale currently 19th place in the Midland League Premier Division. Wilson. Let's play it back into the midfield. Stevens. Bustin. Lobs it forward looking for Wilson again. Wilson gets his head to it, but Chris Cox will mop up. Ball down the spine of the pitch, finds Glasgow, laid off to Kevin Thornton. Long ball looking for Snape. It's well cut out by Carl Gardner. He plays it forward, no one waiting except Rich Morris in goal. Thornton played into defence once again with Rob Prinzel. Plenty of time on the ball. Cox. Glasgow United still not out of their own territory. Now they are. It's put onto the left-hand side with Hudson, and a good challenge by Joe Kenton to put it out for a throw. And there's been a goal in one of the FA Cup matches. Notts County 1, Boreham Wood 0. So another cup shot could be out of the question. Wimbledon take the lead at home to Bury. Wimbledon lead Bury 1-0 at the Cherry Red Record Stadium. Fulton tries to find Townsend on the edge of the area. It's cleared. Glasgow picks it up just inside Tividale's half. Onto the left now with Lewis Hudson. dodges one challenge of Kenton into the centre with Thornton. Able to keep away from Stevens. He's brought down from behind by Jamie Hunt. Oh, and a little bit of shoving there between Hunt and Thornton. It was a nasty challenge from Hunt. But no doubt he was going for the ball, but he made contact, and Thornton obviously not very happy. The referee is going to be calling over the two players. Well, Thornton's on the ground, and he has indeed called over Jamie Hunt, and it could well be the first yellow card of the match. It'll probably be more for his reaction than the actual challenge. Yellow card received by Jamie Hunt, and another opportunity for Coventry United from this free kick. Josh O'Grady standing over it. And in fact now the referee having a word with Kevin Thornton. And it could be a yellow card for Thornton's reaction. It won't be. So no card given. The referee maintaining order over this match. He's made it clear that he's not going to be allowing any sort of rash challenges or heavy contacts during this match.
Right in, Josh.
And it is going to be Josh O'Grady lining this one up. We've seen some of the free kicks he's scored since match day began back in January. Can he pull another rabbit out of the hat here? That lethal left foot lining up another free kick attempt. It's blocked easily by the wall. Set pieces have not proved to be fruitful for Coventry United so far. The ball's put back towards the penalty area. It's headed away by Hunt. But Thornton will pick it up on the left-hand side of the box. Still going. Herman makes the challenge. Kenton picks up the ball and fires it forward, looking for Charlie Wilson. He's onside here. He's batting for the ball with Lewis Hudson, with the teenage left-back able to shrug off the number 9 and plays it back to Morris in goal. Punts it forward towards Moodim. It's gone over the head of Moodim. Potter his head to it. It's only as far as Moodim. No direction on that header at all. Moodim onto the right-hand side with O'Grady. That's a rather heavy pass towards Townsend. It's found its mark. The Townsend header is only going to go as far as Dara Bustin, who strides forward towards the halfway line, lobs the pass towards Kenton and headed back to goal by Lewis Hudson. Remains 0-0 at Sphinx Drive. And a goal to tell you about from Wembley Stadium. England have taken the lead against Spain. Adam Lallana with a penalty kick in the 9th minute. England 1, Spain 0. So, although Coventry City aren't exactly having the best of days at the Rico, at least Coventry fans of English descent at least can celebrate a goal at Wembley Stadium. Adam Lallana converting a spot kick for England in that international friendly match.
Yeah, one after the other.
And Coventry United have got themselves another free kick just inside their own half. Tividale are a very aggressive team at the moment. The referee is having a word with Craig Stevens. And a yellow card to Kevin Thornton for dissent. Well, Thornton was already on a warning for the little bit of argy-bargy he had with, I believe it was Jamie Hunt. Just a few minutes ago, and Thornton has now got his name in the book after questioning the referee's decision not to book Craig Stevens. Now, Thornton's got to be careful here for the rest of this match. We've got around 15 minutes to go until half-time. Sadly, not a lot to report. Thornton leaves it for O'Grady, who puts it into the penalty area, and it's headed towards the goalkeeper. Chris Skinnian's easily able to gather it. Oh, I'm sorry to say, but this match is not living up to the hype that we had following Saturday's game against Heanor. Here's Herman. Play back into defence. Hunt slips, but it will find Bustin. The ball forward, cut out by Moodim. Good side challenge there from Craig Stevens to win the ball back for Tividale, and Townsend brings down Bussin as he tries to win the ball back. A challenge from behind. This could well be another yellow card. The referee very quickly pulls out the card, and Simeon Townsend becomes the third player in about 5 minutes to have his name taken. Yellow card brandished by the referee. Well, this United team's on the bare bones at the moment. Multiple injuries have basically stopped United from rotating the team. This sort of match would see players who don't usually start matches being given an opportunity, but right now players who don't start matches are starting every game because United just simply don't have the cover. The free kick comes to nothing. Rich Rice easily able to gather it.
Come on, United!
With around 15 minutes to go until half time. Can United get a goal before the break? It'll do them the world of good on the score sheet and morale-wise as well. Another goal in the FA Cup. AFC Wimbledon now lead Bury by 2-0. Fleetwood are 1-0 up at home to Southport. And also Coventry City still losing at home to Morecambe. And another goal in the FA Cup. Halifax 1, Dagenham and Redbridge 0. Halifax may be about to cause another shock in the Cup. England still leads Spain by 1-0. So the ball is put forward by Tividale. Return ball by Cox to his goalkeeper. Plays a 1-2 with Morris. Now forward to Kevin Thornton. United can breathe easy for a bit. Thornton. Still going Thornton onto the right now with O'Grady. United enter Tividale's half. Moodim. Quickly closed down by Tividale players, but Moodim still going. He cuts in and finds Muzzy and Doon on the edge of the area. Has to turn. He's laid it off for Moodim once again. Tries to find O'Grady. Moodim has to try and shrug off the challenges, but he can't do all of them. And Wilson takes it away. Prinzel heads it out for a throw-in to Tividale. Moodim doing his best to give United a little bit of a spark they need. There's a spark missing from this game.
Come on, United!
Well, a lot of fans do say that every match is a tinderbox. It just takes someone to light the match. Wilson nods it forward, cleared by Cox and Duna. They back into the fence line. I've got to clear their lines here. Cox does make the clearance towards Townsend. Hunt gets there first. Potter to Stevens. Back to Potter. Stevens is with him on the left-hand side, tries to put a through ball down the right to Joe Kenton. It will find the winger. Wilson's in the penalty area, still going though. Kenton, will he try one himself? He did, and it's blocked well by Lewis Hudson. The side challenge just in front of the number 7. And it will be a corner kick. Best chance for Tividale so far. You got to think if Hudson hadn't have got to the ball, then Morris certainly would have been tested. It could well have been 1-0 to Tividale. A vital challenge at the last minute by Lewis Hudson. Six options waiting in the penalty area. Corner swung in, headed away by Cox. And a free kick given against Tividale. For a foul, and I believe that's I think it's Prinzel who's down. But no, it's Tommy Glasgow who was on the floor. And a free kick has been given to Coventry United for an infringement on Glasgow. 10 minutes to go until the break. And I think these players could do with a few minutes themselves. To be honest, it's not been the best of games. Kenton will strike though, and not a bad effort at all. Wide to Morris's left. Well, Tividale getting themselves a little bit of confidence now. It's starting to come into life. Kenton with 2 opportunities to give Tividale the lead. Prinzel. Lofted ball towards Snape, easily dealt with by Matt Hunt. O'Grady nods it on towards Moodim. Stevens gets there first, but United regain possession once again with Prinzel. Until Hunt makes the interception. Ball towards Wilson, cut out. Thornton plays it back to Cox. Tries to find Prinzel a little bit too cheekily there, trying to chip it over Wilson. Moodim tries to bring it away from Potter. Tividale able to dispossess the United right back, put down the left-hand side by Hunt. And Wilson forced to the ground by Moodim. Referee not interested. Bit of a shoulder barge from Moodim. Well, the way the referee has been snuffing out shoulder barges and any sort of physical contact in this game, you would have expected the free kick to be given, but United have now given away a throw-in in virtually the same position as the return ball from O'Grady to Pierre Moodim drifted over the byline. Another goal from the FA Cup. Cheltenham now lead 2-0 at Crewe. Granger is shrugged off the ball by O'Grady, and O'Grady is tripped by Dara Bustin. And a free kick to Coventry United. Rich Morris goes over to take it, and you may be able to hear over the headset the Tividale staff, coaching staff, not too happy with the decision. Another goal from the FA Cup. Bristol Rovers lead Crawley by 1-0. And England still leading Spain 1-0 at Wembley thanks to that Adam Lallana penalty. Thornton. Coxon just playing around at the back. Not a lot of urgency shown by the Red and Greens so far, but to be fair, their hectic schedule could well have tired the Red and Greens out. It's very much the same team playing these last few matches. As I've said earlier, it will probably be a game where United would rotate the squad, but it's just not an option at the moment with the amount of first-team players out through injury. Prinzel to Cox. Cox strides forward. Ball down the centre of the pitch. Unduna flicks it on to Snape. Thornton. Across to Glasgow. And the ball to Moodim. Moodim can't control it, and it's gone out for a throw-in. A very frustrating half, not only for the players, but the fans as well. It's been far from a spectacle. Chris Scott's trying to rally the troops for Coventry United. Throw-in intercepted by Rob Prinzel. The Tividale coaching staff saying that Wilson's shirt was being pulled by Prinzel. Thornton finds Unduna first touch, a little bit too heavy, but he's managed to retain the ball. Hudson. Thornton. He's taking it on his own. He's forced to release it to Glasgow, play back to Cox as the Tividale pressure got a little bit too much for Coventry United. Still no scores. We're just over 5 minutes away from the break. Thornton, ball forward to Unduna. Great ball. Here's Unduna. He's got O'Grady in front of him. Tries to put it down the right-hand side for O'Grady. Good side challenge. But it's still falling to Pierre Moodim. Puts the ball into the penalty area. And it's deflected towards his own goal by Matt Hunt. But Luke Kriskinians, I told you that name would trip me up. He's able to gather the ball at the near post. Unduna again. Simeon Townsend. Two options in the centre. He's laid it off for Muzzy Unduna. Townsend goes down. Free kick. Coventry United right on the edge of the box towards the left-hand side. And this is a cracking opportunity for Coventry United. Thornton standing over it. O'Grady trudging over there. I believe there's Rob Prinzel in there as well. We saw Prinzel score a goal in the last game of last season. We haven't seen him score a free kick since, although he has had a go. And it is going to be Rob Prinzel. Well, let's see what Prinzel can do. Usually it's either Thornton or O'Grady having a go. Let's see what centre-back Rob Prinzel can do with this free kick. That's what he can do, straight into the goal! Low and hard, past the goalkeeper. Coventry United take the lead. Move over, Kevin Thornton. See you later, Josh O'Grady. There's a new set-piece taker in town, and his name's Rob Prinzel. Coventry United take the lead around 5 minutes before the break. Prinzel's low drive past Kriskinians. Again, I know I was going to get that name wrong. The United have got the advantage before the break. And while things get even better for fans of local sport, there has been a goal at the Rico Arena. Marvin Sordell equalises for Coventry City. Coventry 1, Morecambe 1 in the FA Cup. Sordell equalises for the Sky Blues 5 minutes before half-time. So there you go, pretty much in stereo. United take the lead and then City go and equalise as well. Prinzel does some work at the other end now. Lobs it forward towards Reece Snape. Snape pushes the Tividale man in the back. I believe it was Carl Gardner going to the ground. Free kick given against the young striker. And another goal in the FA Cup. Eastleigh 2, Swindon 0. Eastleigh look like they're going to knock out League One Swindon. And it's still 1-0 to England at Wembley. As we close in on half-time, Coventry United have the advantage by 1-0. And Glasgow picks it up in the centre. Onto the right with O'Grady. Ball down line looking for Reece Snape. He's found him. What can he do with the ball? He's got two Tividale players trying to usher him out. He's lost the ball eventually. Stevens' ball. He was looking for Kenton. It's intercepted by Lewis Hudson. Thornton. Striding forward. Townsend puts it back onto the left-hand side. Hudson, back to Townsend. Puts it further down the pitch to Kevin Thornton. Here's Townsend again. Can't take the ball with him. Gardner dispossesses the United man. It's put out for a throw off the leg of Hudson, and it will be a throw into Tividale as we close in on half-time. So don't forget, as usual, we will be taking a short break to swap over the laptop battery at half-time. So don't be surprised if we go off there for around 5 minutes or so. We will be back for the second half. Thornton makes the interception in the centre circle. Manchester shepherd the ball away from Shane Granger. Onto the left, intercepted by Herman. Hoofs it forward, only out of play for a United throw. Right, it's been far from a masterclass, but we have seen a goal at Sphinx Drive. Rob Prinzel's low drive from the free kick, beating Kriskinians. United appear to be taking a 1-0 lead into half-time unless Tividale can act very quickly before the referee blows for half-time. Around a minute or two of normal time to play before the break. Herman puts it forward towards Wilson. Wilson slips, and that will allow Prinzel to hoof it away. Looking for Townsend. Can Townsend get to the goalkeeper before? No, he can't. He was battling for the ball with the goalkeeper, Kriskinians, and Townsend's gone straight into him. Well, remember, Townsend has already been booked. I don't think there's going to be a second booking here, but the number 9 has got to be careful. He can't afford to put himself in that sort of situation. Of course, he was going for the ball, but unfortunately so was Kriskinians, and the goalkeeper got there first. Hoofed away. United once again able to dispossess Tividale in their own half. Thornton finds Glasgow. Mood him. A lovely bit of skill to take it away from Jordan Pollard. Puts it through the legs of the midfielder towards O'Grady. United eventually get the ball away as O'Grady lost it, but it's found its way back to Mood him. His cross blocked by Hunt. Potter punts it forward, no one there. Cox has got all the time in the world. Lays it off to Kevin Thornton. Can United get a second before the referee calls time on the first half? It's over to Snape. Controls poor, but he's put the ball into rotate. Looking for Townsend. It's headed away, and it should be dealt with by Tom Herman. The fullback strides away, puts the ball forward towards Wilson. It's not hit its mark. It's found Prinzel, the goal scorer. Thornton. O'Grady. Hudson wants it forward. O'Grady will strike. It's towards Snape. It's gone out of play for a goal kick. Not sure whether it was a cross or a strike, but either way, it didn't work out. As we close in on the break. Just to recap, Coventry United do lead by 1-0 through Rob Prinzel's free kick. Coventry City drawing 1-1 at home to Morecambe, coming from behind. Marvin Sordell with the goal virtually the same time as Rob Prinzel scored United's opener, and also at Wembley Stadium, England lead Spain by 1-0 thanks to Adam Lallana's penalty in the 9th minute. Meaden picks up the ball just inside Tividale's half, looking for an option now, and his pass towards Prinzel was cut out by a lurking Charlie Wilson. Meaden does bring it away, and a foul's been given against a combination of Wilson and Potter, who were a little bit too exuberant and tried to snatch the ball away from Pierre Meaden. Cox to Thornton, United coming to Tividale territory, maybe for the last time in this half. Glasgow. Low ball towards Snape, easily cut out. Well, Bustin's trip, but the referee not giving a foul against the United man.
He slipped.
Well, in fact, a free kick has been given now.
Over.
Free kick has been given, and it's going to be Matt Hunt to take it. One more chance before the break. And what will it mean to Tividale to equalise before the referee calls time on the first half proceedings? Hunt punts this one forward. Everyone forward for Tividale. It's towards the head of Hunt. Jamie Hunt, that is. And the referee calls time on the opening 45 minutes. Far from a masterclass, but Coventry United will go into half-time with their tails up. And there'll be a goal up as well. Rob Prinzel's free kick has so far been the difference between these two teams. As we say, it's nowhere near the drama of Saturday, but United have what is most important in this game, and that is the lead. Half-time score, Coventry United 1, Tividale 0. And we're going to go into half-time now at Sphinx Drive. We're going to take a short break. We'll be back in around 5 minutes time, so don't go anywhere. We'll be back very shortly. You're listening to Coventry United Matchday with Liam Cook. Stick around, second half coverage is coming your way, and wouldn't you know it, Simon Rams has won the 50-50 again. Oh, what a way to end the first half, eh? We'll see you in 5 minutes. Whew.